So prior years we've done this out on the road. This year we're having to bring it in because of the COVID-19 restrictions and stuff like that. This allows everybody the opportunity to spread out if they need to. Now I'm not talking like 50 yards spread out because that's not teamwork. Just, whatever you're comfortable with. In 2019 we had 147 officers killed in line of duty. Right there are 147 weights, each weight dedicated to an officer. Each weight is wrapped with their picture, their agency patch, and a short bio, their agency name, their name, end of watch date, and cause of death. So whenever you're picking up these weights, you're not just picking up a cast piece of lead, you're picking up Officer Smith that like kid, like and hobbies. That's stuff we're doing right now. You'll carry these weights for the length of your leg. However, the weights will go the distance. It's not so much important that each one of y'all do it. Those officers are who we're here to honor. So y'all have what, 15 miles on your leg? I'll go with you on the first route just to help get you through it. I've got everything pretty much marked out. It's a 3-mile loop, so it should be about a lap an hour. And if you make a loop and you decide to take a break, you need to pass that weight off to someone who's going to keep rucking. That weight does not miss a single step. So the standard, here's basically your standard for this event, minimum 20-minute mile, so loop an hour. You're going to make every step of every mile. If I find out that anybody cuts a single corner, I don't even have any planned out what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if you get ejected. I don't know if we're going to make everybody wait what it is. But we're going to get every step of every mile. If we show any disrespect to these officers, I don't know what. Each year this gets more, I guess it hits home more and more important to me. So, the flags, I have 3 flags. Those 2 and one over there that they're trying to figure out how to get the paint pen to sign. Those flags are also going to go the distance. I understand things move around, people shuffle. If you can, keep red, white, blue up front. I want you guys, there's a few things that, like I got these patches I keep in my truck. This first one that I keep up here is I'm a FTO, so like a freaking classroom, patrol car. This first one's attention to detail. So whenever you're out on this, pay attention to where the markers are. Make sure you're not cutting corners. Pay attention to your teammates, making sure if somebody stops sweating because they're dehydrated, you show them some care. Be there for them. You're there for each other out on the street. Be for each other out here. You just hold that standard up. If you swap weights, make sure that all the weights make it to the next person. If somebody's got to take a break, make sure that goes through. The next one I have here that I keep up on my car is teamwork is key. Teamwork is what's gonna make this happen. Can you seem like you're pretty badass? Can you do this all by yourself? Could you do all 147 weights for the 15 miles? You need them, right? This is a team event. It's not about who can go fastest, who can go the farthest. It's about honoring these officers. We're going to make sure that no one person can do every weight of every mile. You're going to ruck it. You're going to leave as a team. Whenever y'all walk through that gate over there, in those shoes, you're going to leave as a team. You're going to stay on the course as a team. You're going to walk back through those gates by this table as a team. I may be spot checking and just popping in, checking on how everybody's doing at random times. And if we got, somebody back over here at this corner, and then part of the team over there by that building, that's not teamwork. Y'all left somebody alone. At times, you've had somebody in your muster room, they're sitting off in the corner, and they're not talking to anybody. And then nobody checks on them. That's that athlete that got left at the back corner. They've got something weighing on them. We take care of each other. We take care of our own. So you're going to take care of the teams out here. This next one I have here is, I learned this in the academy. really early that whenever you're in that class and you're out there on shift, you are either an asset or a liability. There's no middle ground. So you're either helping the team or you're not helping. You're hurting. So maybe you can't do every lap, but whenever you're not rucking, make sure the cooler's got waters out. Because we got cooler set over there at about the 1 mile mark. We got another one at a turnaround point. If that's getting low, let us know. We'll help you get some water. Whenever the team comes in, get them snacks, get them water, get them something. You know, you can be there. You may not be able to carry the most weight. Do what you can to keep the team going. So there's not all assets look the same. You can fill other roles as long as it keeps the team moving forward. So these are the standards: keeping the flags going, keeping the weights going, and meeting the time hacks. If you begin to hit a hard part, you know, maybe the team's starting, maybe the sun come out, you know, kind of getting a little warmer than I expected it to be out here today. And it's starting to bear on you a little bit, and you are not meeting your 20-minute mile mark, come together as a team, communicate, figure it out. Because one thing's for sure, the standards that we have to meet out on the street, they don't care about your excuses. And that's I just threw it up. Shoot. I have another patch that didn't make it in my hand. It's called Standards Don't Care About Your Excuses. Your friends care, your family cares, but the deadlines, they don't care. Whenever we're out on the street and you're in a fight and the standard is life or death, you can't show up to that fight with the excuses of, well, I didn't have time to get to the gym, or I had this thing going on so I missed DT, you know, or I didn't practice at the range, and you know it's going to eat you alive. So we're going to apply that same standard of due diligence and care out here while we're honoring these officers. First and foremost, this is still a memorial event for the officers. While we have set the standards, this is some type of a performance event. You know, we're going to remain focused on that. Each one of these weights, they represent an officer. When you pick it up, you know who each pound is for. There is a binder there that is, you'll see it for where it says Lake, or number 2 for Lake 2. There's 15 bios in there. However y'all do it, read all those bios. So between 2 and whenever y'all's leg is supposed to end, whether y'all come in to the table and read 3 and then go again, or y'all just take all of them with you and read them on the first lap, I don't care. Every story will be heard. Okay? We're going to remember what they did. It's the bios about the call they went to, whether or not the suspect was apprehended, and then it goes into who was left behind, you know, the kind of family they left behind. We're going to make sure that every story is heard, so however y'all do it. This represents, those weights also represent the weight of the badge. There's a lot of burden that comes with the power that we've all been given to take somebody's freedom, to take somebody's life. And it's not something we should carry lightly. This burden is constant. Doesn't matter. That pound will be a pound in mile 1, it will be on mile 15, and it will wear on your shoulders. We are not constant. We need our team. We need our outlets. We need the stuff to relieve this stress. But the stress of the street, the stress of the road, the stress of the job, these weights, all that stuff that's constant. It represents the cumulative stress. So whenever you start this job, you came out of the academy, you had your buds next to you, you're all full of, you know, energy, ready to tackle the world, hit the streets with a fast car and carry a gun, right? You got a lot of energy, you're ready to just change the world. Fast forward 20 years, a little bit different. Some of that weight start to wear on you. Mile 1, you're going to be pretty good. Mile 15, you might start to focus in on just those few steps in front of you. Just the same as that cumulative stress out on the street. You forget about the buddies that are next to you and the help that's there for you. A couple last tips and we'll get things rolling here. We got about 14 minutes till y'all need to step off. Does anybody bring extra weight? Like to honor a buddy from something else? Or does everybody pretty much just got dry packs? Because if you do have some extra weight, please tell your team, or just leave it behind. Something's happened in the past, people will bring extra weight because they want to do something extra, and then when they pass their pack to somebody else, they can't figure out why the thing weighs 50 pounds. So just communicate with your team on that. We are going to be some out and back on Bobby Brown. There is football practice scheduled this afternoon. So mind the traffic. Y'all just please pay attention to the cars coming in and out. They know that we're going to be here, so they should be slowing down and watching for you guys. Whenever you're out on Bobby Brown, just when you're going out, stay to the left. When you're coming back, stay to the right. That'll make sure that this course hits its 3 miles. It is a frog's hair distance from being right at 3 miles. I mean, it is. If you cut a corner or do anything to short it, it's not going to be 3 miles. There's going to be food at the end. Whether they got the grill going. Oh, it's right here. Oh, there it is. Appreciate it.
They were quiet the entire time, so they were either hungry or it was good.
Yeah.
Never trust the skinny chef, is all I'm saying.
Well, they came out and I'm like, oh. Do I? That always works out. Anyway, there's a cooler at mile one, cooler turnaround point, coolers all around. Let me know if you're getting low. Whenever y'all turn the weights in, count them. Make sure that all of them are there. If they're not, we have a roster to cover all that. Whenever y'all finish, you lay the weights, meet me over there. We'll do a debrief and we'll do the patches. And thank you guys for